Hello FPL world, my name is Gordon and welcome to FPL Galaxy. I should apologize to you guys first of all because I didn't post what was supposed to be the Game Week 9 review and 10 team selection. But here we are. Welcome to my Game Week 11 team review and Game Week 12 team selection. This week is a special week because it's a blank game week sort of, and it's in the middle of the week, so the fixtures are coming in quickly. Today is a Tuesday, the deadline is today, just in a few minutes. So I'm recording this quite late, but I didn't want to skip today because I want you guys to still have a feel of how I'm progressing through the season and show you where I am right now. So let's go into my Game Week 11 team review and show you how I did. Yes, Game Week 11 was quite tricky for most because, as you will be able to note, even the average score was quite low. So let's see how my team did. I'm going to give you a drop down of how my team is doing right now. The points have risen to about 591. The rank is still up there in the millions. I know we're getting there. We're slowly getting there. Yes, those are the points I came down with, and all that is due to the players' performances that you will see inside there. In goal, I went in with Rare, who came in with the goods. Rare gave me so many points. This is the highest he scored this season, and all thanks to his save heroics. Very athletic player, as we know, very acrobatic, and he brought in those results. So the drop down to those points is that because of the clean sheet that he kept, the many saves that he made, about 7 of them, but only 6 of them translating into the 2 points. 3 saves for a point, and that is why he was able to do that, and he got 2 points from that. So Rare really delivered the goods, and that is why I thank him for saving my game week. If not for him, I would have found myself in the 40s, but thanks to him, there I am. Of course, there are other players, and these are the ones I'm going to mention next. Cancelo unfortunately wasn't able to keep a clean sheet. He, that is Man City, were playing against Liverpool, and what a thrilling match that was. It ended 1-0 in favor of Liverpool through a Salah goal from that awesome Alisson assist. So I was able to see Cancelo only walked away with a 2 for playing the more than 60 minutes. Then we have Perisic there, who came in with proper goods also. So Perisic came in with the goods, brought in the 8 points, 6 for the clean sheets, of course with the 2 playing minutes there, and then he had 2 bonus points. So Perisic, we really enjoyed your contribution, and that is why I had him in my team there. So we know that Tottenham were playing Everton, and they were able to keep a clean sheet. And also the last defender there, I have Trippier. Trippier was playing against Manchester United. Unfortunately, of course, at the expense of Manchester United. I know some of you guys out there are Manchester United fans, and you would have hoped that maybe Manchester United wins. But here we are, it's FPL. We're not talking about football. We're talking about FPL, and what we care most about is the points. Maybe Manchester United could have scored and Trippier could have assisted in one of the equalizer goals, and Manchester United go on to win. That could have been the ideal result for Manchester United fans, but here we are. Trippier got the clean sheet, and unfortunately he didn't get the usual bonus points that he gets, but we thank him so much for the 6 points that he got. Now going on to the midfielder, this is where the problems came in. Unfortunately, none of my midfielders had any return. Martinelli at 3 points. The 1 point is because Arsenal kept a clean sheet. Arsenal have kept on going with their prolific start to the season, and here 10 or rather 11 game weeks into the season, they are still at the top of the table. It's quite surprising for most, but it's not surprising when you see how good they're playing and how solidified they've become as a team. And because of that, most of their players are scoring high. Now this week wasn't Martinelli's, unfortunately it was Saka's again. So there Martinelli was only able to get the 3 points. The second midfielder there is Maddison, who was supposed to get the 3 points, they didn't score any, unfortunately. So here we see Madison and Zaha, who were supposed to get the same points because they were actually playing against each other. Madison picked up a yellow card, and that translated into a -1, and only was able to get 2 points. Zaha, as I've spoken, was playing against Leicester, a Leicester team which has been leaky in the past, but unfortunately this time around wasn't able to bring the goods. So hopefully in the next one he's going to do so. Trossard, my man, wasn't able to deliver the goods here also because he played against the likes of Rare. Like I mentioned, he came in with the heroics. Rare was able to have about 7 shots. Some awesome stats those were. So it was going to be between having a return from Trossard or having Rare to concede. But the reverse was true. Rare kept a clean sheet, and with those bonus points and also the save points, and Trossard fell on the losing side. But if I combine the points for the two, find that I'm having 12. If they were to share the points, I would have 6 from Trossard, 6 from Rare, which would still be ideal under such circumstances. So I'm still happy about the result, and we move. Now going into the attackers, we have Jesus, Kane, and Haaland. As you're able to see, this is the first time that Haaland has failed to have any attacking return. The first time this season that Haaland has gone on without any attacking return. Now this is in some part due to the fact that Virgil van Dijk was able to hold Haaland from scoring. Yes, KDB also was part of that mix. If Liverpool stopped KDB wasn't able to supply Haaland with those sweet assists that he usually does, and Haaland wasn't able to score. So Liverpool really did their homework, and they stopped City from scoring the first time this season that they've done so. So as we're able to see, Ken there came in with the goods, scored, had all the clean sheet points, or rather the bonus points, and that is why he stands at 9. He is the second highest scoring player in my team, this current team here, got the 9. And if there is anybody of you who captained him, fair play to you guys, you got more points than us who went for Haaland. But that's a brave move because most people wouldn't want to bet against Haaland right now. Jesus just brought us the 2 points. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to have any attacking return. Now going on with the bench, this is the bench I went on with. I had Ward in goal. Yeah, Ward had a good game in this one, kept a clean sheet, and he scored 6 back-to-back clean sheets for Ward, and this is where he stands. Andreas also has got back-to-back returns. In the previous match he scored, and in this one he assisted, and that is why we see that Andreas has kept on being the best budget midfielder. Yes, he's the lowest playing midfielder who is bringing the points at only 4.6 million pounds. He's bringing in those points. Now Zinchenko has been injured. He's had a knee injury and only has 0 points there because he wasn't able to play. Neco Williams, unfortunately, they conceded, and that is why he's only gotten a 2. He started in this match. Fortunately, the previous match, that is in game week 10, he wasn't able to start. Oreo went ahead of him, but in this one, he was able to start. So this is how my team did, guys, and all this entire team gave me a 51 points. So these 51 points, they came 5 points more than the average. So I had a green arrow, and my rank rose from what I had previously, which was like 2.5 million. So I had about 300 and something in rank rise. Yeah, so this is where I stood, precisely 260. That was the rank rise I had, 260k. So that's where I currently stand, and my funds in the bank were that going into a game week 11. So I haven't made any hits, and I can safely say I'm glad with making such decisions that I've made because they've helped me have back-to-back green arrows. And so going into game week 12, this is a transfer that I've made because Madison picked up a yellow, which totaled up to 5 yellow cards. He was banned from playing the next match, that is game week 12, the match where we needed him the most because we do not have so many players playing in game week 12. The City and Arsenal players are blanking because their match has been postponed so as to accommodate the Arsenal match that they were supposed to play in the week that the Queen had died. So now, in this match, Maddison was supposed to avoid getting a yellow card, which he did in the 94th minute of the match that Leicester were playing with against Crystal Palace. So I have lost Maddison from my team, and he's only going to return in game week 13, that is in the real game. But unfortunately, in my team, I had to take him out so as to accommodate somebody who is actually playing. So Maddison out, giving way for Mount. Mount has been very prolific, and he's assisted twice and scored twice in the last two game weeks, and this is why I've brought him in facing Brentford. We see that Brentford faced a team and they've been conceding most, so this is why we see Mount coming in there with the goods. Hopefully he's going to bring in some attacking return or two. That is going to help us really. Now, going into my game week 12 team selection, not so much to talk about because there are so many players who are going to blank in here, as you are going to be able to see. But I'll manage, or rather I've managed to field 9 players, which is fair, I should say. So hopefully I won't have a red arrow, but it's expected because I'm not having an 11 team. So in go I go with Rare, who faced Chelsea. They're going to be at home, but safe to say I'm not expecting so much from him. That would be the safest approach to go in with. Rare may be able to concede even 2 goals, but it's for the save points that I have him in there. Like I've always said, Rare is a save point machine, and that is why I have him in there. In the defense, I've got Neco Williams, not that I have a choice, and that is why he comes in there as that sub that we've been waiting for to use, and this is the time that Neco Williams has to shine. But he's playing against Brighton today. It is a Tuesday, it's the first match. Neco Williams is facing Brighton today, and that is why he comes in just to pick up, just to give us that 1 point, usual 1 point. Maybe he may be able to assist some unusual goal, but let's see how this goes. So he's playing away, and that's why it's going to be particularly going to be a tougher match for Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest have not, they have failed to keep a clean sheet in any match because they've conceded in every match they've played in the Premier League this season. Perisic comes in playing against Manchester United, an away match. This is going to be heated because in the last 3 matches, Manchester United have had an upper hand against Tottenham. So I would like to see how this goes, but Perisic really comes in as that attacking return potential. An assist also would do, but I don't expect him to keep a clean sheet. The likes of Anthony may be able to score, the likes of Rashford may be able to score, Ronaldo also, if he's going to start, may be able to score too. So with that attacking force that Manchester United now have, I do not necessarily think or expect Tottenham to keep a clean sheet. Trippier is playing against Everton, who don't score much, and that is why I have him in there. Having him in there is going to be a booster to my team because he may be able to keep a clean sheet, assist, and be able to bring in those bonus points that he usually does. So hopefully he may just be that guy who saves that back line. So anything can happen in football, in FPL too, and that's why anything that happens, we just receive it as it comes. My midfield this time around is all filled up with players that I expect to perform. All but one are playing at home, and that is Andreas, Neco Williams, or rather Trossard, playing against Nottingham Forest today, which is a Tuesday, and Zaha. Zaha is playing against Wolves at home, and fortunately this is the game week that he comes back with some couple of goals, maybe a goal and assist. That would really be nice. And Mount is playing against my man Rare, so if Rare is to concede, let it be at the hands or legs of Mount, so that the loss of Rare should be the gain in Mount, which will contribute to my team, of course. So that is my midfield. My front line is only consisting of Kane as the only playing player because Haaland, sorry guys for that picture over there, that is supposed to be Haaland over there, but because Haaland is blanking, Trossard is going to fill in so that he creates that a delusional face make people think he's the one who's there. But Trossard is my captain in this one. Haaland ain't there. Jesus ain't going to be there. And on my bench, I've got what? Martinelli, Zinchenko, and Cancelo. Zinchenko, as you're able to see, he's still flagged as being injured with 75% chance of playing. And this is my team, guys, going into game week 12. Now today we've got a special guest, and that is my fiancée Gorette. So we'll have to hear from her on the captaincy choice that she has made and why she has actually gone for the captaincy. You actually realize that Gorette is actually ahead of me with a couple of points. She's doing better than me this season up to this point, game week 11 going to game week 12. So I'd like to hear from her because she's been making some couple good decisions, and maybe she's in a better position to even advise me going forward. But let's see. We'd like to hear from you, the captain that you've chosen going into game week 12, and why you've chosen that captain. So the floor is yours.
I have chosen sorry for that. I have chosen Mason Mount, and the reason why I had to go with Mason Mount as a captain is because of the energy he showed against Aston Villa. He was able to score a brace, which was very energetic of him, and because he's facing Brentford, it gives me a higher chance of scoring some very good points. So I had to choose Mason Mount because of the energy he's showing. And when you watch the Aston Villa game, you could see that he was very useful in the team, and I know that against Brentford he'll do the same. So I'm hoping for more points so that I can be ahead of you and also other people, but mostly you.
That's some competitive fiancé I have here. So that's that, guys. You've heard her. She's going for Mount, and as we know, the deadline has passed. So what we have here is fixed. I've gone for Trossard. She's gone for Mount. Let's see who is going to score the most points from our captains. So now, not forgetting the honorable shouts going into game week 12, 13, and 14. Phil Foden comes in the first one. As you're able to see, the first one there is a blank game week. He's not having any team to play in game week 12. But the next two teams are teams that have been conceding. Brighton haven't been keeping clean sheets, and that is why you see him there. Foden has really been doing well in teams where, or in matches where some defenders have tried to hold off Haaland. Foden has been having those chances of going ahead of defenders and trying to sneak in those passes to assist or score, and that is why I have my sights on him. He is the next player I'm going to have in my team. I don't have him currently, but going into game week 13, I'm bringing him in. It was actually scary not having him in that team against Liverpool because he actually just had a goal disallowed. But for me, I really appreciated that it was disallowed because there are so many people that are around me who have Foden right now, and I didn't want to lose or to continue losing in rank. The next player, the second player I would like to recommend or make a shout of is Nunes. Right now we've heard that Jota is going to possibly miss the World Cup. So right now he's injured again, unfortunately. So Nunes is going to cement that place there in the front line, the Liverpool front line. So if there's a player who is going to create some problems for the teams that Liverpool play against, it might just be Nunes. I understand he made some howlers in the match that they were playing with Manchester City. He should have scored or assisted some clear-cut chances, but he wasn't able to do that. But I mean, which striker or front man never does that? Even the likes of Salah have been criticized in the past for being selfish, but that is what the best strikers actually do. The best strikers are often earmarked for being selfish, and that is what is characterized by the best strikers in the game. So we see there they've got very sweet fixtures. There's West Ham United, there's Nottingham Forest, and there's Leeds. All teams that haven't had a good start to the season, except Leeds, of course. But Leeds have been conceding plenty, even though themselves are able to score a lot. So having Nunes in your team, that Liverpool front line, would actually boost your points potential. Finally, there's the man Tony there who's been bringing in the goods. He's been scoring this man as if he's trying to prove that he needs to be in that England squad, and this is exactly the point that he has to prove. Chelsea, Aston Villa, and Wolves, these are the next teams that he's facing. For Chelsea, it's going to be tricky. Yeah, they've got Potter there to solidify their defense, but Tony may just be the guy to break that Chelsea defense. He's got the capabilities and the tools to do that in his legs, and that is why I have him as a shout there. He may bring in even maybe 2 or 3 goals in the next 3 matches. He's capable of doing that, and that is why I have him as a shout for you guys. If you need a Jesus replacement going forward, Tony might just be the guy for that. So if you've reached this far, guys, I would just like to say thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so that you don't miss out on any updates that I put out here for you guys to follow, so that you are able to see how my season is going. Remember, I've themed this season of mine, especially due to the slow start I've had, as the rise from the ashes. So if you've reached this far, please do subscribe, like if you're able to, and share so that many more can follow on this series. You can also follow me at FPL Galaxy ZM on Twitter, where I get to share my thoughts on FPL and any football related stuff. So until the next one, catch you guys. Ciao.